off-season movement week, it was quite a week. Really, it was quite like 2 days for off-season movement. This first one, we'll just kind of go line by line. Some of these aren't that jaw-dropping or really even that important, but some of them are pretty shocking. This first one shocked me. I didn't see it coming, and I was very surprised with it, which is Nicholas Antela has left Discmania.
Yeah, I would not see that coming.
Yeah, that surprised me. I honestly, there was a lot more moves recently. Like I just saw a couple more than I expected. But I guess the thing is, they happen obviously like right at the end of the season. A lot of times they're like done deals, and then we just get to this point where they're all
they start getting
announced.
announced.
But yeah, Antela leaving Discmania, very surprising. They
now,
were one and the same.
To me, he's going to Prodigy. I think makes the most sense. Join Vino Makala over at Prodigy because, you know, he was a big face of Discmania in Europe. Obviously, Discmania has a lot of faces in Europe as well, but Nicholas was obviously one of the top ones. And the European market, like Discmania is one of the big names, but Prodigy is a huge name over there. So Nicholas is a very, very valuable guy to the Prodigy brand. And so to me, I think that's where he's headed. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. There's a lot of other speculation. I saw a post somewhere that, and I don't know where this person got this information, but they've said it multiple times, like they're very confident that House of Discs said they're not moving people within brands, which would, if that be true, eliminate Nicholas from going to anywhere Trilogy or Castaplast.
Yeah.
Which then leaves, in my opinion, Discraft and Prodigy are the two most likely. I think he fits both of them very well. Discraft obviously has been trying to make an expansion more towards Europe, getting KJ Nybo, Paul doing the tour over there, all of this stuff going on. So it would make sense if Discraft picked him up, but for some reason, he just feels like Prodigy.
Why won't they move them?
I don't know.
House
I don't
of
know.
Discs? Okay.
I mean, yeah, because I think certain players like match certain brands.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it makes sense. Like if Nicholas for some reason matched Latitude 64, move him to Latitude. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I had heard. So
maybe that was one of the like as different brands were being bought by House of Disc. One of the things they were saying was like, we don't want our players to get taken and be put with Dynamic.
Yeah, it might have been just like an initial like, hey, that's not. We're not just gonna like start moving everyone around within here. Mm-hmm. It might have been more of like that type of a statement than an actual like stand in the ground rule.
That makes sense.
I would guess he's probably one of Prodigy, right?
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Prodigy or Discraft my one too. This next one was also interesting. Macy Valadiaz has left Dynamic Discs. Why this is interesting is she is pregnant due in June, I do believe, June or July. So some people were speculating. Some people were speculating that it's not that she's moving to another sponsor, but instead she's just like stepping back from disc golf.
Well, at least for a season, because like
you would think
she can't.
Well,
play.
yeah. Well, she could tour up till she could play like the first event.
Yeah,
the first few events.
I mean, yeah, everybody's different, but it would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see her playing, and obviously, then obviously,
if it is June, she could make a return come like Worlds end of August and play the rest of the season out.
What if she just like finds out that she's got like a dirty standstill forehand and she's just like she's out there playing like
so
7
sick.
months pregnant, just throwing
That'd be so sick. No, that'll.
But to me, I think it means more so she's taking a step back from disc golf.
Probably, yeah.
But she hasn't really posted anything. Dynamic just like posted this thank you announcing that she was leaving. So
yeah,
who knows? We'll see. Alden and Gannon wasted no time in the new year, both announcing that they are leaving Prodigy.
Which I think that this says a couple things. Number one, we were right about Alden joining the Discmania Collectors Group. I mean, this is like step 2 in that being obvious. Like, why else would you have joined it? Number 2, it means that Gannon Buhr is either a troll or just an absolute Prodigy fanboy, like you suspected, because he was still. I need data on when he was bidding on the used discs.
I need to find it.
Because, like, I want to know when it happened. Because if it happened in, like, end of November or, like, early December, then maybe Gannon was still at that point. Like, we don't know when this deal closed. Gannon may have just closed this deal a week ago. But, like, if that man was bidding on Rare Prodigy discs knowing he was leaving, if nothing else, just to get us worked up about it.
I bet so.
And that's so funny.
He's trying to counteract the
because like I saw that and I was like, oh, it's a done deal. Like, there's no way he's leaving if he's buying. Like, why else would you do that?
I think he's just you can still be a diehard Prodigy fanboy,
yeah,
and be moving on to someone who's going to pay you more, or someone who's not going to sue you. But yeah, it also could just be, hey, my buddy goofed and joined a Discmania collectors group, so I'm gonna just like troll till the end. Because he also in his like I'm leaving post said the slogan of every disc golf brand.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's
very
funny.
funny. He's like, I just need to make the choice of champions, be more dynamic with my career. I forget what
my game.
What?
Reinvent
yeah,
my
he
game.
threw that
I can
one
tell
in
you
there.
that nobody enjoys the where am I going to go next more than Gannon-Burr.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Now, the other thing, they both announced like within minutes of each other, obviously, and early on January 1st morning, like it was like 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. So other speculation, and by speculation, I mean my brain speculation, is I'm wondering if Discmania, which I'm assuming is where they're going, wanted both of them to announce they were leaving like as early as possible so that they could announce them coming to Discmania the second Eagle announces he's leaving Discmania, which will probably be... Well, knowing us, it'll be today between when we film this and when this releases. But will probably be this week if Eagle McMahon is leaving Discmania.
Mm-hmm.
Now, alternate universe, Eagle McMahon stays at Discmania, which in my opinion seems very unlikely. But imagine a world where Eagle stays at Discmania and they gain Alden and Gannon. And so now you have Alden, Gannon, Eagle, Gavin as like the group over there.
That would seem impossible. But I think... So far, disc golf always throws curveballs, and I don't think we really had any yet this offseason because right now everything points to probably Gannon and Alden going to Discmania, probably Eagle leaving for either Innova or MVP. Like nothing curveball has really happened yet, so I'm just interested to see like I don't know what's going to happen. Is anything unpredictable? Is Gannon actually going to land at one of the House of Discs companies?
Yeah.
They seem to be the ones with. I mean,
well,
they have the most
we're expecting him
resources.
to Discmania.
Well, that's true. That's true. I forget that they're bought by them. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of the other ones then I guess would be the twist. Castoplast.
That would be crazy.
Got Gannon throwing Grims. They're like, listen, man, we want to push Castoplast. We love.
I did
love
get a
the brand.
DM about Tristan Tanner left Latitude. Someone had said that for some reason, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but someone at House of Discs was. I don't know where people get this House of Discs information from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if House of Discs like has a blog they're writing their internal strategies on or what's going on. But someone claimed that House of Discs was clearing Latitude's American roster. And that's why like Tristan Tanner's gone and stuff like that.
Okay, so I was about to say like the one thing I could see them doing internally shifting is positioning people in brands that they feel like make the most sense, like moving European players to their European brands.
Yeah.
And like vice versa. So that is like maybe Nicholas Antela, now Discmania, like they're manufactured in Europe. But
no,
like,
I think Discmania at this point, to be honest with you, is a European brand. When I think of Discmania, I think of them as a European
like
brand.
they were founded by a European.
Yeah, it's just when
owned by one. So
for a long time they just felt like when they were made by Innova, it just felt like they had an American feel to it. But now they don't. They have a much more European. They always had a European like. That's kind of what made it interesting. They always had a European flair,
sleek and
flair.
simple.
Well, they had the shield. Like it just kind of
Well, they also had like the different European team stamps you could try to find.
The original, all the original like the like almost mascots they put on the disc too.
Yeah, because like we don't have any jackals here in America.
A jackal.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
I think it's a coyote.
Basically.
Yeah, but they don't call them coyotes.
They call them jackals.
Coyotes.
Yeah, jackals are so much cooler.
You guys continue. I'm gonna Google what a jackal is.
Okay. But anyways, Tristan Tanner was allegedly seen throwing DGA out in Arizona with Parker Welk. And Parker Welk was allegedly seen throwing Discraft.
Interesting.
So they were seen out in Arizona. And this person who DM'd me said that he saw Tristan Tanner throwing DGA and Parker Welk throwing a Discraft Venom. So it'll be interesting to see if that's where they end up.
Not big news, but interesting.
No. Now, also not big news, but friend of the show, Mason Marchbanks, announced he's headed to Millennium.
Let's
go. Want to throw that in there?
Along with, did you not see the other one?
No.
Mason Ford.
Oh, he went to Millennium.
Yeah, left Mint going to Millennium.
I did not see that.
Just saw that yesterday.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
So
Mason
Millennium
Ford.
Millennium's loading up on the Texas boys.
They're coming back. Millennium's
That's what it
coming
sounds
back.
like.
Are they going to bring back Nick Hyde?
Dude, they need to bring back plastic to us that they told us they would.
They're supposed to.
I want them.
Would you guys like an update on the Jackal
I would love an
information?
update on the Jackal.
I just remember you called Hunter a jackal once, and it was like the funniest thing ever.
So a jackal. Oh, because he was throwing a
jackal
jackal,
stamp.
and I said
Yeah.
you're being a real jackal or something like that. Anyway, so a jackal is in the canine family. Very wolf-like is what it says.
Ooh, like a mini wolf.
They go from Eastern Europe to Southeast Asia is where they live, and it has a reputation for being cowardice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why it's flippy.
Well, FDs aren't really flippy.
If we throw hard, they are, I guess. I don't know. The old one's like, I don't know.
The other thing that was announced, well, not really announced. It was just kind of like, I don't even want to say leaked.
Yeah.
It was very weird. It's just kind of just thrown out there. But Emerson Keith has officially joined Innova, which we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
He was playing with the end of a bag, like telling people when he left Lone Star.
They put his website page up. Right?
But yeah, they just announced their team, 2024 team, and it's just like star team, and just lists everyone who's on the star team, and then says team champion, and there's just a picture of Emerson Keith.
Not on star team though.
No, they put him on team champion.
That's
So they
interesting
just
because he won last year, didn't he?
So they really just don't care.
No, Innova doesn't give a.
They're not like
dude.
like doing like big announcements or like welcome to the team. They're just like, yeah, this is our team. for this
Well,
year.
they just put like this big graphic up, and he's not in the graphic to be fair.
Innova doesn't
But then you
give
go
a
to their
rip.
website and it was just on there.
They don't give a rip, dude.
He's
you
not
go
in
to
their
Innova,
graphic?
You go to
No.
Innova basically because I think they'll keep you around for a long time. Like they keep people around, and you want to throw their plastic, and I think they know that because like. And I know some of their guys get paid, and by some of their guys, I mean basically Calvin, Sexton, and Germ. But beyond that, it's like the Wild West out there.
Yeah, the other
They
thing
got
that
dudes, though.
the other thing that this
gals.
link answered.
All right, they got Greg Barsby in their graphic.
Yeah.
But they don't have Emerson Keith in
What are you
the
talking
graphic.
about to Greg? Like
yeah,
that?
why you say they have a world champion in their
Oh,
graphic?
there's another page. Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
criminal.
sorry. Yeah, he won a world title.
Um,
That's all that matters.
the other thing that this link told us is that Haley King is staying with Innova, which was answering a question because we didn't know if it was a 1-year deal or if it was a multi-year deal. We still don't know.
she
So
might have
she
renewed.
either re-signed or her deal was longer.
Yeah.
But it answers that question. I don't think this really answered any other questions. I think there might have been like a player or two moved up to star team, which basically I think means they get like not a like signature disc, but they get like kind of two tour series discs.
Say
basically.
2 Tour Series discs 5 times fast.
Two tour series.
You didn't say discs. 2 tour series discs.
Oh,
two
that's
tour
my
series
problem.
discs.
I would've
Yeah,
done
it's not.
perfectly.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
You try,
see?
Trev.
No, I would have never.
Oh.
Wow.
Not good with the tongue twisters.
That's
I can
typical-
Talking normal.
Typical
sentences.
Trevor. Typical Trevor. He
Typical
initiates
Trevor.
I
the
just
challenge.
instigate-
Typical Trevor. Typical Trevor.
Yeah.
Typical Trevor.